What's going on, guys? I'm Jaye Black. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Mary J. Blige. She is speaking about her recent divorce troubles. Apparently, she produced a new song called Rent Money in regards to her financial situation and how she didn't have no money to pay rent after a divorce because she ended up having to pay alimony to her ex. You know what's interesting? The double standard that is spousal support. Men who are successful are automatically supposed to give half their earnings to their wife or a big percentage of it. Not only do they supposedly they want to get, spousal support every month, they want property. They want a chunk to leave with. But in the case of Mary J, she decided to have Kendu, her ex, be her manager. And it ended up backfiring. And when they divorced, I think in that moment she realized, I'm going to have to pay him because he was basically her employee. This is why you don't mix business with personal. And women have been known to do this. There have been other women who ended up getting into relationships with their managers, or they ended up making their significant other their manager. I don't understand why these female artists end up doing that. Why are you putting your career in the hands of your spouse? He needs to go do something else. But that's the choice that Mary J made, and that choice came back to bite her. Now, according to this article from Blavity, says shortly after performing at the Super Bowl halftime show on Sunday, Mary J sat down for an interview with iHeartRadio and opened up about her personal life, including struggles she faced after her divorce. Mary J said her latest song, Rent Money, featured on her new album, Good Morning Gorgeous, was inspired by the financial challenges she faced after divorcing Martin Kendu Isaacs. I didn't have no money to pay my rent and all of this other stuff, she told iHeartRadio. So I had to go, on tour and make all the money back to pay alimony. Now that's crazy. That is bad financial management. That really is. That is bad financial management. How you don't save money, how you don't end up putting money away, that is a you problem. Kendu was your manager, but you have to look at the fact that she still financially is responsible for making sure her money was right. And she should have known if they divorced, she was going to have to pay him a payout. But maybe she didn't at the time. Maybe she didn't care. Maybe at the time she was more focused on giving him a job, putting him in charge of her career, having him work for her, instead of her actually watching her money. And now she's in a situation where she's making a song called Rent Money because she didn't have enough money to pay not only the alimony, but herself. And that rent was probably high. It was also interesting, if you look up her net worth, it says her net worth is $20 million. So where the money at? I'm telling you, man, and she's getting no pushback from this. Because if a man had done this, they would have said, oh, he's hiding money. He's lying. He has it. The 51-year-old says she didn't have any money to pay her rent after divorce. In her new song, she illustrates the emotional toll she faced during the challenging time. I didn't have my soul. I was just drained of everything, the singer said, so it was time for somebody to pay. Sometimes you just feel like somebody got to pay. Well, I would say that she ended up paying because of the choices that she made. She made this choice, and now she's having to live with it. This is a career-defining moments that you make The Super Bowl, I think, highlighted her successes. If you look at this article here from Face to Face Africa, it says, take a look at the net worth of Mary J, which is about to skyrocket after the Super Bowl. Because, they don't get paid for the Super Bowl, but music sales end up going up for artists that perform at the Super Bowl. So that's their incentive, is to get their streaming numbers going, which actually helps more than, I think, getting a payout. Let's take a look at this article from Cheat Sheet real quick. And let's take a look at some of the highlights of this article. So Mary J divorced her ex-husband Kendu Isis in 2016. Blige first met her ex-husband Kendu over 2 decades ago. A producer in the music industry, Isaacs was introduced to Blige through their mutual friend, Queen Latifah. They tied the knot in 2003 and remained married for over 12 years. In 2016, Blige filed for divorce after rumored infidelity on his part. He was also rumored to have been using Blige's money to finance trips and other gifts for his mistress. When the divorce was finalized in 2018. Blige released her album Strength of a Woman in 2017 in the midst of her divorce. The album unsurprisingly spoke to just how strong and resilient Blige was and how women have to be in general. Well, she should warn women not to employ their husbands and have them in charge of their financial situation. In 2022, she released her first album in 5 years, Good Morning Gorgeous, just 2 days before her performance at the Super Bowl halftime show. The album's release was preceded by singles including the Dave East collab, Rent Money. Blige explained in an interview with Angie Martinez that the song was written about being financially insecure during that time. Rent Money is about when I first got divorced. She revealed, I had to give up all these alimony and I didn't have no more money to give because he had spent it all. Once again, employing your husbands, not the best idea. I had to go on tour and make all that money back to pay the alimony, she added. That's where artists make a lot of their money, if you don't know. Artists make a lot of their money through touring. And that's why you see artists on tour every year. That's how they make their money. Blige confessed that having to pay alimony to Isaacs put her in a tight spot in her own life, both financially and personally. I didn't have no money to pay rent and all this other stuff, she said, but it's also a metaphor like I didn't have my soul. I was just drained of everything. So it was the time for somebody to pay. Sometimes you just feel like somebody got to pay. Well, Mary J should really tell these women who end up taking care of men. Like, I really think Mary J should speak on the fact that you have a lot of women who work hard, who make a life for themselves financially, and they take care of men who don't work. There are so many women nowadays, especially in this country, especially in the black community, who take care of grown men. They will get into full relationships with men who don't work, who don't have their own car, who have terrible credit, who don't contribute financially at all. And there are women that will still date those men. And sometimes they will marry those women. Those women will marry those men. And then they end up having to pay those men alimony. So I think more women like Mary J should really warn these women about the dangers of dating men who financially are not nowhere near where they're at and then marrying them. If you're going to date a man that's making less than you, let him have his own job and his own money to where he's not a burden, to where he's not spending your money. But some of these women don't care. As long as physically he's her type, that's all that matters. The guy could be dumb as a box of rocks. Blige's career has only continued to blossom after her divorce. She appeared in TV shows and movies including Power Book 2, Ghost, and Aretha Franklin biopic Respect. She was nominated for 2 Academy Awards for a role in Mudbound, including the Best Original Song. She confessed in a 2021 interview on the Tamron Hall show that she wasn't expecting the Oscar nominations at all, as she was too busy focusing on her divorce. I just kept moving. I didn't get bitter. She said, I was upset, but I just let God take the wheel and do his thing, because if I had done anything, it would have been a disaster. Even after headlining the Super Bowl halftime show and releasing a new album, Mary J has no intentions of slowing down. Her friend and fellow halftime performer Dr. Dre revealed after the Super Bowl that the two were working together on a new project. Is Dr. Dre working on that album that everybody's been looking for? Listen, she seems to have moved on. Kendu is doing what he's doing. That's fine. But this is definitely a cautionary tale. While a lot of women need to be careful about putting their significant other in charge of their career and finances when they don't have their own stuff going on. And she seems to be doing well and prospering in life, and good on her. But I do hope that more women like a Mary J would really talk to these modern women and just say, hey, listen, you got to stop dating broke, needy men and financially supporting them. It's going to end badly. It really is. So let me know in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Make sure you like this video and share it. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and I'll see you all on the next one.